What's up, everybody? It is Isaiah. You can call me the player. Y'all know I am so hyped. I get to finally start my YouTube channel. I've been wanting to start my YouTube channel for like years now. I was like, should I start a YouTube channel? And it was like, yeah, you should start one. You'll be a good person to actually do a YouTube channel. You're super funny. You can start a YouTube channel. And I was like, sure. I mean, but it's been like things going on, whatever. So let's get to the video.
Yeah. You gon' need.
Alright, as you can tell from the title of this video, I will be talking about my wonderful, fabulous time at Marine Corps boot camp. Before I start this video, I just want to tell you guys to make sure you go like, comment, and subscribe down below and support me because I need some support to do this. Alright, love you guys. Alright, so my recruiter talked to me. He came into my school and we talked in the guidance office or whatever. And yeah, he just talked to me. He was like, you want to join? I was like, I really never thought about it, but I guess it would be okay to join. I was smart in school, so I was gonna go to college, but I didn't really know I was gonna pay for college. Like, I just hope I get into school and hopefully they give me enough scholarships, whatever. It really wasn't like, just like my dream colleges to go. They had to be really good colleges and like, they typically cost a lot of money. You know, I don't even know how I was gonna pay for it, but I just went to his office and we signed paperwork. After you take the ASVAB, you go and you work out with them. Like every Thursday we worked out. For me, it wasn't that bad. It was like a good, nice workout. I never worked out throughout the week, but the Thursdays was like a real good workout. I kind of liked to work out, but I couldn't get up on my own and work out. I just had to either do it with somebody else or like go to the gym or something. Like I couldn't just go outside and just go for a run. I don't know why. Now I'm kind of better at that, I guess. Before actually you work out and stuff, you have to go to the MEPs, which is like a big place that you have to check in at and basically check in and just like do more paperwork, and they gotta like check your body and like make sure you're healthy enough to join the Marine Corps or have like no diseases or stuff, and that's like a big physical kind of. And after you do that, you'll find out your MOS, which is your job in the Marine Corps. MOS stands for Military Occupation something. Then you start working out because you need to dep in before you with your recruiter. Then you have to wait for your boot camp date. They give you your boot camp ship date on when you get to MEPS. And before you go to boot camp, you have to go to MEPS again. It's like a last little physical to make sure everything's okay with you. Make sure you can pass the physical standards of things. Then they'll ship you off to boot camp. When I got to Parris Island, it was dark and like it was kind of scary, because it was like nervous because like I didn't know what to expect. Like it was just like not knowing, the fear of not knowing, you know what I mean? So you stand on the yellow footprints or whatever, that's like the famous yellow footprints. You stand on those before you go in. And I remember going in, I was like, oh snap, like I don't know what I'm about to do. What did I sign myself up for? Like, oh my God. And so we went in and these drill soldiers started screaming at us. It was like, I don't know, sit down and stand up and sit down and whatever and stuff and whatever. We had to fill out papers before we went. And then I think you make your first phone call, you get your first haircut, which we didn't end up getting our haircut until later because I guess it was a lot of us. But we ended up getting our first haircut and like our issue gear, some of our issue gear, like bags and stuff. And then we go to our platoons and we'll have your receiving drill instructors, and that's the first week you go. The first week of boot camp is your receiving week. That's when you have your receiving drill instructor. They are there to just teach you like simple things that you need to do to be successful in boot camp. And Yeah, we got our drill instructors. First day, we saw our drill instructors. That is called Black Friday, because it's like a bad time or whatever. I was in my company 3084 when I first got into boot camp. That was my first platoon. I ended up getting dropped, but that's a later story. I remember Black Friday. It was, we had 4 drill instructors. One was a senior drill instructor. The senior drill instructor is like the head of all the other drill instructors. And so they came in, they just did a little march or whatever. They did their little freaking recital or whatever. And they did a little thing. And it was like, everybody stand up, get on. I was like, all right, sir. And then so we got online, and it was just like crazy from then. They would just scream at us for like every little thing we did. Like if you moved your eyes, if you freaking scratched your face, if you freaking like moved a little, just standing in one spot, like still was kind of hard. It's kind of still was kind of hard. After the first week is kind of the worst, but it's still bad. We PT a lot. Like we do physical, PT stands for physical training. That is when you just go out and like exercise basically. And the first big event that I remember doing was the freaking rappel tower and the gas chamber. That was the craziest thing for me. That was like one of the craziest things for me. Because I'm scared of heights. Like, I don't know if that's normal or not, but I'm scared of heights. And like, I'm also scared of like my air supply being low. You know what I mean? Like, something's on my face, I'm scared of that. Like, not breathing, I'm scared of that. I just like to be in control, you know what I mean? So like, I just feel like I'm not in control in those areas, and when I'm not in control, I start like freaking out, whatever. So the first thing we did was the rappel tower. Rappel tower, that mess was crazy. We had to go, it was like this like 30-foot, 35-foot tower, and we had to like go on a rope. First time I did a rappel tower, I had to go down a wall, and like you have to jump. No, you have to just walk down. So the hardest part about that is the edge. Like the edge, after you get past the edge, it's like really fine. Like somebody's holding the rope and you have to take the rope, you have to like go back, and like I'm just looking back like, oh snap, like this is tall, like this is a long drop. And I'm just like, hold on. And it took me like a while to actually like go back, because you have to go like all the way back. You have to make like a 90-degree angle. You have to go like all the way back, and then you have to like walk down, and like it just wasn't sitting right with my stomach. But after you go back, you just gotta not think about it. The key is to not think about it. If you think about it too much, you're not gonna do it. You're gonna feel scared. So after you do that, after you get rid of the edge, it's really not that bad. You just go down or whatever. And the drill instructor is there at the end to catch you if you fall. So the second part, which was on the same day, we did the gas chamber. Oh my God, the first time I did it, it was real bad. It wasn't really that bad, but it was real bad. I'm just like, the whole time we had a class, you have a class before you actually go into the gas chamber, and throughout the whole class, like my stomach was just like, had like knots and stuff in it, like butterflies in my stomach, my chest was like tight. I was like, freaking out, whatever. And so like, while we was going in the gas chamber, I'm like, well, like while we're waiting in the line to go to the gas chamber, I see people coming out, they're like throwing up and like snot coming down their nose and like coughing and everything, crying, tears coming out their eyes. I was like, oh snap, this is some real serious stuff. And so it's my turn to finally go in the gas chamber. And so I go in, it's like dark, and I put my gas mask on, it's like dark, and I'm like, oh snap, like I just feel my heart like boom, 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 boom. You go to the gas chamber, and they tell you you have to do like serious exercises to in there. Like you have to shake your mask and go up and shake it up and down, left or right, whatever. And you have to clear your mask, make sure you close your eyes and hold your breath, clear your mask, and you have to do that 3 times. You have to wait till everybody clears their mask. If not everybody clears their mask, then you have to be waiting there a long time holding your breath, which is the bad part. That's the worst part about it. That's like the bad part about it. The worst part about it is when you have to actually take the mask off, kinda. So that's where I did okay with that. Like I did okay with the clearing your mask and everything. But the worst part that I tripped up on was when we had to actually take the mask off. So you have to unbuckle the straps and take the mask off, and you have to hold it in place. But I didn't hold it right in place, so like the stuff was coming. I'm just like, whatever, and I'm just like freaking out, and I'm like screaming, like, let me out, because you can see the door open, because like let me out, and I'm just like, oh snap. So I take when I get outside, I take the mask off, and I'm trying to take deep breaths to clear it out of my system, and I'm just like, it's just like in my nose is burning, my throat was burning, like tears just coming out of my eyes, like. But yeah, that was the gas chamber. Yeah, I didn't really like that too much, but I ended up had to do it again because I had got dropped. But that's a later story. The next biggest event that we did was the swim call. Swim call, I was scared for that too, because you know, I am black. I'm black. So I was like, see, me and water don't really go that well. And when I was young, I was like super scared of water. Like I couldn't even like take a shower because I was so scared of water. I had to take like baths. You know what I mean? Well, that's when I was like really young, like real young. And like you couldn't pay me to go in the swimming pool. Like, but now I'm like good. It's like, okay, I'm good at it now. I mean, I still feel like uneasy, but I can go in the water, put my head on the water, do whatever. Oh, swim call is when I actually got dropped. That's around the time that I actually got dropped from my company because of a problem I had with a drill instructor. Like, for some reason, didn't like me, I guess. I don't know. You know, I kind of like them, but don't like me. So, like, I feed off that energy. So I always was like, you know, getting back at him, like, you know, trying to make him matter each day. And so then he just got fed up with that. And he just like, dropped me or whatever. So I got dropped. I was sad, you know, because I'm like, oh my God, I don't have to be here for another 3 months. Like, I was just so like, I was really debating at that time. I think I should like really quit because like, I don't want to be here any longer. I already missed my parents. I was homesick like crazy. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. So I just was like, I'm gonna try it again. If I get dropped again, then that's it. I'm going home. So other things that we did in boot camp, we did drill, like final initial drill. Drill is like a big thing in boot camp. Like the drill instructors will teach you drill. Other things that we did, we also took classes, like it teaches you how to be a Marine, teaches you about integrity, stuff like different stuff like that. The classes are kind of boring, but they will help you. You have to listen to them because they will help you on your final test. When it's time for you to leave, you have to take final testing and initial testing, and there's an initial test and a final test, and you have to take those and pass those before you can leave boot camp. It's not all about physically fit. It's some mental too. We also have hikes that you do, like 3 or 4 hikes. There's like a 5K hike, a 10K, 12K, I don't know. Crucible hike is like the longest hike, the worst hike you would do in boot camp. You also have to qualify with a rifle. To get you prepared for that is grass week. It's just basically where you just literally lay in the grass and just work on firing positions like sitting, kneeling, standing, and prone. It's the 4 main ones. You have to qualify for table 1 and table 2. After you get through that, then it's BWT, which is basic warrior training. That is kind of hard too. I didn't really like BWT that much, but you know, you have to do it. It's cold and you get wet, and yeah, it's kind of bad. After you do BWT, there's testing week. Testing week is what I was just saying about the final testing. You have to do a PFT, CFT. You learn all about that. PFT is physical, CFT is physical. You have to do it 3 miles in under a certain amount of time and do a certain amount of pull-ups and crunches and all that. You also have to do a prac app. Prac app is like a situation that you would be in when you're like out in war or something, and like your buddy has gotten shot or something. You gotta know how to treat those wounds, and like if somebody got shot in the chest, you gotta learn how to treat that. If somebody had a broken arm, you gotta know how to treat that. A broken leg, you gotta know how to treat that. It's only the basic stuff, so you're not gonna really go into detail about it. It's just basic training.
Basic training is just the basic things that you need in order to become a Marine. So after you get done with the testing, you have the Crucible, which is so fun. It's really bad. Depending on your drill instructor. I had a chill drill instructor, but it was still bad, but it wasn't as bad as I heard some stories of. You get wet, you crawl through mud, crawl through water, carrying ammo cans and a whole bunch of other stuff. Like, basically you're out in the field type of, like in a field environment type. You have to do some shooting and just some stuff. It's kind of annoying and it's cold. Depending on what time you go in boot camp, it can get cold and wet. That doesn't mix well. The drill instructor that I wanted, I got, and I'm so like happy for that because like he was, I don't know if I should say his name, but he was like a big influence he was a big influence in my boot camp career. He might not know how much he changed me, but like he changed me a lot, and like he just was so focused and so like driven, and I just wanted that passion. He had that passion. I just wanted that passion about the Marine Corps just like he did. He was a really good drill instructor. He came in late in our cycle. We had switched drill instructors with other platoons or whatever, and he came in late. And like when as soon as I met him, I was just like, oh, he's a real good drill instructor. Like he was just so passionate about what he was doing. Like he would teach us drill, and it would be so different. Like everybody would react different to him than our old drill instructor that was teaching us drill. After the Crucible, you do the EGA ceremony where you get your Eagle Globe and Anchor. I have mine somewhere. Let me see if I can find my Eagle Globe and Anchor. Hold on. This is what you get. You get your Eagle Globe and Anchor. You see it? See it? It's just a little emblem, little symbol. A little symbol that you have became a Marine, that you're like officially a Marine now. After you pass the Crucible, which is the last testing kind of thing that you do, you get this during your EGA ceremony, and that is an emotional time because like you think about all the stuff that you like went through. You think about all the stuff that you went through, and like, wow, like I finally made it. Like it's all over. Like it was just emotional. But there was like literally everybody was crying. Like if you want to see a bunch of grown men cry, you go to the EGA ceremony and you will see, literally, seriously, like everybody was crying. I cried just a little teeny bit. Just a little teeny bit. The EGA ceremony was very important to me because one of my favorite drill instructors, not the one I went to the Crucible with, but one of my other favorite drill instructors, he was black, so I kind of connected with him a little bit. He gave me my EGA ceremony, and what he said to me was like, made me cry even more, to be honest. Sorry, I'm sick. Made me a little bit more emotional. He was like, we're brothers now, and I was like, yes sir. And like that just made me like, wow, like I finally made it. And then my senior drill instructor came up to me and he said some words to me, and that just, it was like one of the best moments in boot camp in my life. After you get done with the EGA ceremony, you go to the Warriors breakfast. That is the best too. That like the Warriors breakfast, it's still in the morning after you're done with the EGA ceremony, so you have breakfast at the chow hall. They had eggs and steak and bacon and like a whole bunch of other stuff. Like it was like the best food I had at Parris Island. Like seriously, that was some real good food. And I got like so fat in that one meal. Like I was so full. There, the drill instructor sat with us at the tables, which was crazy. They sat with us at the table and they talked about things that we couldn't talk about before we became Marines, like what their MOS was and like personal stuff, like some personal stuff. After that is Marine Week. You turn in all your gear basically, and like you're Marines that time, so like everything is like 100% easier. Like it gets better. Like the best time I had was Marine Week. You still have rules. You still have, you know, rules to follow by. You're still a student status, so you still have to follow the rules, but you're a Marine, so the drill instructors are like friendlier. At that time, you're literally just waiting for graduation, so all you're doing is like uniform checks, getting your uniform ready for graduation, like IPing and cutting strings off of it, making sure it's ironed and everything. The day before graduation, you get to see your parents. It's called Family Day. They get to come in and they get to travel with you around base, like walk around with you around base and stuff, and like eat out with them and show them around. You can show them around Parris Island. That was a good time for me too. That's when you get to finally see your parents. Graduation, I was just ready to get out of there. After graduation, like I graduated, I was like, where's my parents so I can get out of this island? Like, what? I feel like you want to get out, like you're gonna want to get out. Trust me. After graduation, you go to boot leave. That's like 10 days, I think. For us, it was like 12 days. I think it was like 12 days because we had Thanksgiving. Boot camp was a real challenging time, a real eye opener. It was kind of fun sometimes, kind of funny stuff happened. Stories. I have a lot of funny stories, but I don't think I should share them. Sometimes I think to myself, I'm like, I kind of really miss boot camp sometimes. Like I would do it all over again, you know? Like, nah, I don't think I would do it again. Not that bad as you might think it is. Like as I thought it was. That concludes this video. Dude, make sure you give me a like, a comment, and subscribe, because support me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? A new video. I think I have an idea what I'm gonna do from the next video. It's not gonna be Marine Corps related, but it's gonna be a funny one, I think. Oh, make sure you turn that bell notification on so you can get notified when that video comes up, because it's gonna be a lit video, trust me. Alright, make sure you follow all my social media platforms. Freaking Snapchat, Instagram is Isaiah Creekmore. Twitter, if y'all have Twitter, I really don't get on Twitter that much, but y'all can follow that if y'all want. I post sometimes on there. Alright, see you guys. Have a good day.